Hello, hello, hello. Let's check it out. Oh, shit. Hello, hello. Welcome. We're just getting set up here. We're just getting set up. It's going okay. It's going okay. Just getting set up. Let's see. Happy Sunday, Godot enjoyer. Happy Sunday. We are making it work. Woo wee. Woo wee. What are we going to do today? We don't have any particular agenda. You probably get this question. You ever touched low-level multiplayer API? So pretty deep. So what I tend to do is I look at the docs from low level. And there are a couple of YouTube video out there about it, but I just kind of understand how the multiplayer peers are set up here, and this is still, I guess, considered high level, but um, you can get deeper into like sending your own packets and um, crafting uh, your own solution. I think if you have like a particular use case where you need to do something special, yeah, and if it's something you want to learn, Godot has all those things ready for you to uh, use at any layer that you want. I tend to work a little more high level, but that said, I've kind of moved away from like multiplayer spawner sometimes, or using RPCs more directly for syncing things rather than a multiplayer synchronizer. But there's reasons to use both. I tend not to. There's a YouTube is like low level API. So I think I was looking at this video from Icy Engine.
P versus UDP, set up a net.
Yeah, and so like understanding the difference between like TCP and UDP, like this is just very valuable for even if you're using the high level stuff. So, how do I can do that right here. So I probably should go through this and like, oh, cool. So yeah, he's got these connection managements. Like, is my implementation going to be better than Godot's implementation for something like ENAT? Probably not. And do I have like a really good reason, like, to byte pack?
Our packet type is a
Packed byte arrays are really cool, but like, I'm not really looking to save bandwidth. I wrote an article about how, in terms of bandwidth, up and down, like, unless you're above like 300 kilobytes per second, 200, like this is 10 kilobytes, like you're not going to ever reach what a YouTube video consumes unless you're very, very poorly optimized. So, I don't know. The other thing is, it's like, there's a lot of high level stuff that people don't use, like in multiplayer synchronizer. There are visibility functions, set visibility for, get visibility for, add visibility filter. Like these are pretty advanced things. If you need something, it's usually there. So this is like interest management. And it's all right there, high level. Much more in-depth answer than you expected. Well, that's what you get here. Bandwidth usage would have impact on the server, though, possibly. Yeah, your server's going to have the most bandwidth usage, but as I explained in this article, I find that you're going to end up like, here's the too long didn't read right here. It's nearly impossible to make a game so network demanding that it consumes more bandwidth than a 720p YouTube video. And there are many, many ways to sync or send. Say you're far more likely to hit CPU or GPU limits on your player's computer than any bandwidth limits. This is what I hit. I hit CPU limits, and when I was paying for a AWS instance, which I show you how to set up here on an EC2, this is you're gonna pay more money for the CPU. And like I ran on a TG4 Nano, which is a 64-bit ARM, and it does save costs, but I think I was around $3 to $4 a month. And to me, that's like, I think you got up to like $5 a month, and I was like, yeah, that's too much for me. I'm gonna go build all this stuff without servers. So that's kind of where I'm at now. How did I get into this situation? I think this probably has tube installed and then nothing else, so we need to Quit the project list here. So, last week trying to catch up on learning how to use the AI models and stuff for things. Yeah, I mean, I can't help you with that demo. I will state that I was here before he became popular. I don't think I qualify as popular, but sure. Whatever you say, bud. Yeah, I haven't really done like I think the AI models are still too weak for actual code generation, but they can be useful for like searching some other stuff. So I have this like old project. I tried to make a Python hello world, took 10 minutes. Oof. Yeah, I'm not excited about that idea. Cool. Could be doing it wrong. Got it wrong working, so yeah, I mean yeah, so this one has a admin that hosts this game and join. There's like a little arrow game. I've got a grappling hook. Mm. Oh, of course. I changed my Twitch name. So what is Icarus? You mean the open world survival game? But I don't know what they did at launch. Or a different game name called Icarus. It's the only one I know of. They had a P2P where the server would live transfer between clients with the host logged off and they'd sync the save server side. Yeah, you can do that. You'd have to. Godot might be pretty tough. Shared multiplayer save system. Yeah, I mean, it depends on how complicated your save feature is. Like, you get pretty crazy. Okay. Want no server, full P2P, but live host transfer. Well, you've got to have some server for saving. Well, if you're going to save the local world, when they host a peer-to-peer, you load that world, send it to everybody, and they all share that world. And then if the host leaves, you've basically got to. I mean, only server being the server proxy thing. Yeah, I mean, there is no server in a WebRTC. Stun is not a server. I mean, it's a server that basically negotiates connections real quick, but then there's no persistent server connected. Um, I mean, it seems possible. It seems really hard. It seems possible though. On the journey to do, yeah, I think yeah, you can if you want to get a head start on part 2 and test out the uh WebRTC side, you can go to the co-op. It's in the other video link. Um but I've done a release here on the right side. No, sorry, the pull request will be what you want. If you can clone this repository and then check out this add WebRTC branch, you will get a complete project. What the fuck? Oh, get ignore. That's funny. Yeah. Okay. So let's bake this real quick. In fact, what if we... Sometimes you have to do this. You go into the dist folder. You just remove it. Nice lazy Sunday. We're just going to be casual today. We're not working too hard. We are working on part 2. It's just I tried filming today and it didn't go so hot, so I was like, you know what, I'm just not sharp enough to talk concretely and make sure I give good instructions, so I'm just going to stream instead. So people can get some value, but okay. So what have we got next? Yeah, I know, it just wasn't getting it done. Butler. So we're gonna do Butler push, and then we need to change several options here to get a new build of this project. It's just called Glory. Okay. So if we go Glory, and then I think it's just dist / nothing, right? Yeah. Okay. Here it goes. Okay. We're going to project export our Mac runnable with features admin. Perfect. It's been a while since I've touched this project. I'm just kind of just messing around. There we go. All right. And do host. Start. Okay, so let's see if I can remember how to play this. All right, and then G lets me pass through, so I can do that. Cool. So then I go like this. Go like this. I add a new source. Okay. All right, see if this works. So far, not working. Give me a minute or two here. No. Oh, I think I made one issue here. Haha. Do not update your itch and your username, and I just gotta stop updating my username. Okay. One bit. One little baby bit. Whenever YouTube disappears, my cheeks clench. I was like, bro, where's videos? Oh yeah, what the fuck? I hate how YouTube doesn't like redirect you. But I couldn't just stay like the old ways. You have to keep evolving. You know? Okay, it works. Okay. So here is a game, Andrew. Allow. And this game is something we can play. And you can play, just put in your name. Basically, you're going to play on top of my screen. Whee! So, yeah, we fight. Oh yeah, I can change my color. I'll change to blue. Oh, you left. How did I press tab to get my cursor back? Okay. There we go. Where's my cursor now? It's really not working, is it? All right, reload this page. Try again. A. Yeah, it seems like I can't control the thing now. This is not working. I'm having fun though. All right, let me restart. It's a fun little game if we can get it to work. Go here. I'm gonna restart the thing real quick. I should move this to the new system too eventually, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that today. All right. There we go. Try again. Yeah, I mean, what this is supposed to be is like a little system where you can play on top of my screen. So you can see I have like a little player here. Right click is a grappling hook. That's what I was thinking about. So if so you can kind of see I've got this double kind of thing here. So I can play it down in the corner, and then the other cool thing is I can catch arrows with my mouse cursor. And so yeah, I was making games for chat essentially that are more like interactive, more interesting than oh, I can move this onto my second screen and I can play it here. I need to have input confined on this thing. Interesting. It's kind of cool. Definitely interesting. I don't want captured at all. I bet confined, but confined didn't work in a browser. I think maybe they fixed it. Let's see. Didn't work. Oh, because it's my local testing is not. Hey, welcome token. All right, let's fight. All right, press escape and then yeah. If you can't see your mouse, sometimes you need to hit escape so that you can aim better. There you go. And then you can right click to use your grappling hook. Oh, is there somebody else here? There you go. I think you got it. Can you hold down the trigger and aim your arrow like upwards? Oh, I missed you. Gotcha once. Wee, wee. It's kind of fun, huh? You press tab, there's a chat. Oh, and then you have to press escape, though. That's what I'm fixing. You're stretching that bungee cord, huh? Oh, gotcha. Nailed ya. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I need to put on my Godot so you can see what I'm doing while we're playing. So now you're playing on top of my screen. Yeah, it works all right. I've got to fix some stuff here. I think confined doesn't work in our lobby system. So this is an older lobby system, so it's a little less reliable. It's one of my custom lobbies that I built. It uses lobby codes as well, but lobby system. This was with the confined. It's not you confined mouse mode. So mouse mode in browsers is like there's so many like little browser things, but you have to use tab and a combination of tab and escape to get your mouse like I capture it, but you hit escape to uncapture it. So the lobby code, it's like lobby ID. I'm pretty sure I have like a hard coded lobby ID. I see confined is for mouse capture. Yeah. So confined hopefully will show you the mouse, but keep it within the box of the game. But I know it didn't work in a previous version. I wonder if I have offline multiplayer peer in here. I do not. Bad. Okay. Ah, here it is. Lobby quick connect. Glory chat debug. This is not what we want. We want. Well, I could do Glory chat debug and just host a session here. So that's probably the best. So we shall add admin. I love these feature flags, like when you have two different things you want to do. AAA, BBB, start. Where's that? Debug. Drop that join in. All right, so Yeah, confined works here. Okay. So you see how my mouse is trapped into this session over here on the right for AAA. And then when I hit tab, I can get out, and that's what I want. I want to be able to get out. And then when I hit tab, I want to be confined again. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Now the problem with this is that if we quit, and we change that to a browser session, we're going to test a browser session that you can't see right now because that's just how it is. Oh no, you bastards. Huh. It's going to try to do the thing. Okay, we have to test it with an upload. That's fine. Okay. Project, export, web, winnable, import, export. Butler push. No. Okay, yeah, it's broken. No fun. Yeah, that's why I don't like my system, is because it can break after a little while. Just kind of annoying for sure. There's just no fixing it now. It has to. We have to wait till it cleans up itself. Probably don't want to do that. Yeah, this has terrible error handling. I am displeased. Ah, it's back on. Okay. Yeah, confine doesn't work at all. So the other option is that we just remove captured altogether, which is kind of what this is. Then you click down here, it doesn't work. You got to stay on the. So. The fuck? Restart capture, Godot, glory. There it is. Okay. There we go. Whee! I mean, this is preferable. it just never captures my mouse, which I don't mind. All right, let's go over to the other demo. We have a second game here. So this is crazy, but we can do something where we do this. There we go. And now I can change to the island game. Just gonna restart. And it's gonna drop AAA and BBB in here. Then I'm gonna add a filter. Wait, how do I do this again? Glory chat. What do you say? Order, transform, blending mode, scale filtering. I want to. I guess a filter would work. Audio effect, crop pad. Hell yeah. Okay. So let's say 400. I know. 2000. That's too much. 1980. I think that's kind of what we had before, right? Very cool. That's fun. That's kind of why I had confined on us for this 3D demo. You had the ball as a server. Yeah, I mean, good point. Interesting point there. So Rocket League does a lot of stuff differently than me because they're competitive shooter, or shooting the ball. They have to simulate everything and then roll back and reconciliate based on where people are and where their machines are, and they have to rewind the game repeatedly throughout the session to make sure that everyone hits everything but ownership. But yeah, it's kind of what they do. So there is a great talk called it is rocket science on YouTube, and so I'll drop you that as well, and you'll learn a ton about physics and what Rocket League does and how much work they had to do to get that game just like functional. It's kind of a miracle, and way more than way more detailed and harder than the setups that we do, which is just kind of casual, obviously. Yeah, at the conceptual level. Yeah, if what we did kind of helped you understand Rocket League, then that means it's a success. I think those two games have very different goals, so it's hard for me to think of a way that they compare. You know, yeah. I mean, it's all about making the sauce, right? Like, I like that phrase as well. Like, let's see how the whole sausage comes together because there's a whole factory and a lot of factors behind it. I think what we should could we just add tube to the friend gym game? What's up, Andrew P? We're just going back through and updating some of our older projects and applying some new rules to them. I've just forgotten how to release my mouse from this. Okay, I'll just tab out. Oh, it's always on top. G. No, just G. G. There we go. Should let my people go. Let my mouse cursor go. I might have to boot this thing. Classic. It's Arrow Game. We all love Arrow Game. It did back in the day. There we go. Okay, so we want to, you know, let's have a little Arrow Game. The reason why I saw Arrow Game, I thought about Arrow Game, is because I was looking at a project that I saw of Gino, who's one of my favorite developers. He made a Titanfall um like copy. This is a really cool, probably the top 5 mechanics I have the most trouble programming. I like the result. Use my advanced first person controller. Yeah. I think he did a great job with this mechanic. He's got air jump on. He has his FOV turned way up here in this video. But I would like to experiment a little bit with something like this. And, he's got a gym, like you were talking about. Using the canny textures. What I think I'm gonna do is, oh, that's why. Of course, silly boy. I have made a change to this project that doesn't release your mouse. That's silly. So now when I had failed to update the hotkey here. Oh my gosh. What am I doing? I'm stuck in the... Whee! Ow! Gotcha. Oh, I gotta change my color. Pink. Oh, didn't see that coming. Hiya! What is it? B is to block, or middle mouse button? I've been making all these template games, and then people play them, and then they're not any fun. So I need to actually make a fun game for my chatters to play. I think this qualifies in some regards, especially with that bounce back. Can make the charging a little faster. And we were gonna make the template game into a bow and arrow game. You have worked more on the mining operation. Excellent. My plan is to continue to lay groundwork for this PVE, this example project. Today I'm taking it pretty easy because I didn't sleep well, so not super sharp, just kind of bouncing between a few things, having fun. You want to add multiplayer? How would you do that? I wonder. I wonder. Maybe someone could make a really great guide on how to add multiplayer to their game. If only we had a tutorial series that could do that. And then if only there was a branch prepared in GitHub on the co-op side of things that could implement WebRTC. I'm pretty sure that'll come with a like complete end-to-end already set up multiplayer instance. Unfortunately, the video that shows how to implement it, you can see how many takes I have. Less good. If you want to learn more about, so yep. So you can follow the first tutorial. Let's set up our new peer-to-peer, or you can just copy the stuff over from the project if you understand it well enough. On the GitHub is the finished first part. If you want to just have a server, like a server and 2 clients, and get used to that. Where is it in the releases? So if I go back one, right here on this side, it's like right above me, isn't it? Completed project. I'm taking this glory chat down. It's not ready for prime time. I want to find some more fun little glory chat type stuff we can do. If you want to have multiplayer in your project, like I can honestly recommend that the tutorial is kind of worth it. If you kind of like 2x speed through some of the stuff like the player creation or just skip through that, um, the stuff in the network file is like really valuable, I think. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab our level 2 project. We're going to do no input capturing. Mouse mode. All of this. The reason why we're doing that is because it just didn't work. This is all very bad. I don't know what went wrong here, but just don't do it again. It's kind of the lesson. It probably had to do with the menu, so that should be fine. All right. Go over to the planning document, kind of think about next steps. I think pickups is another good thing to. So how would I do a pickup? What do you want to collect? A rock? What do you want to pick up? What would you want? Loot? A treasure chest? The server ball? Server balls were transformed into the projectiles, unfortunately. They now are occupied. So I don't know if I have the volume on here, but I believe if I shoot a target, you'll be able to hear. Pink. So the server balls are now programmed to destroy themselves upon any hit. So we have to have a new object that we want to pick up. Like a rock or a... It is going to be on the server. For me, the feature item is a survival game. Pick up a tree or rock or spawner to spawn them. Have one of them statically spawned. Yeah. Yeah, I like all that. Let's do rock. Okay. It's a rock. Yeah, we can make our own little rock right here, right? Must have a vertex count of at least 3. So how do I do that? It's something I haven't done before. I'm trying to make a custom collision shape, but I know. But you know I like to do things. Let's not get distracted. Clear out. Box is fine. But what if we make it like that? Kind of rock-like. Yeah, exactly. Let's bring this down. Looks like a rock to me. It's like a pocket package. It's pretty cool. The one thing you can do is you can take the metallic as 0.5 by default. Controller, and I need a model. When our AI quest to generate models in Texas, yeah, lots of side quests. If you're looking for, you can use a model, but you can AI generate, but you don't have to. But if you use a mesh to motion, you can upload your own models here, and when you rig them, you go human, select the skeleton, and then you get to like move the parts around to wherever your creature is be shorter, you can do that. So, and then it'll give you all of these animations for free. So that is mesh2motion.org. Better than Mixamo. You should use those and be done. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done. One thing I wanted to do was go to Ito and look at their pickup component. Auto pickup zone. This one. Hmm. Look at all these objects. It's a really interesting system. I have a projectile. Oh, so cool. Oh my gosh, their player script is... It stopped counting line numbers. It's so long. Oh, there it is. 322. 1,000 lines of code for a player. Seems about right. They have NPCs. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, this is a very involved system. Let's see if I have a project that uses it. Yeah, I have one right here. Oh yeah, this, I guess this island project is, it's not really ideal to look at, but interesting. Yeah, so this is a Cognito project. So they have these like pickup components, and you can see this all the stuff on the side, the slot data. Yeah, exactly. You have this prompt to pick up and it adds it to the player object, aka the inventory. Yeah, that you could have an inventory system, and the reason why I wanted to look at this Cognito system is because when you go, pick up, they have all of these like different components you can use, like a pickup component, interaction component. So if I stop searching and I just go into the Cognito, wow, they have so much stuff. It's even hard to know exactly where to go. Currency, that's fascinating. Just search for Cognito. Interaction component, container. Oh, I think I can launch the example scene here. That would be the useful one. Let's do a... This might take a second. Of course, I blew it up with a... Let's try this one. The laboratory. Let's see what that is. Cool. Oh, shooting range. Yeah, hell yeah. Let's check this out. I don't want to do it on full screen though. Like, I don't know if y'all can see this. Maybe you can. Let's test. Let's do project. Maximized. This is kind of what I'm talking about. I'm rotating. How do I rotate it? It doesn't rotate. It's an enemy. Oh, a crate. That's a good thing. I am too weak? A swing? I can sit. Doesn't let me swing, though. Yeah, exactly. Half-Life style. But this also has an inventory. You can see this player inventory has little slots here on the left. Use? There we go. This is good inspiration because I can kind of see what we want our systems to look like. Oh my gosh, coins, currency. Give me that. Is it not auto picking up? 5 credits added to wallet. Health potion. Dart. So what is a dart? Use. Ooh, cool. It's a projectile. Okay, it's gone. Interesting. Pickaxe. Oh, look at these. Just rebuild Rust. If you were going to rebuild Rust, you would just use the Gary's mod sandbox. It's a different engine. Yeah, we had something like this with our game. I'm out of bullets in my phone. How do I use it? Move, G, drop. How do I put the fucking bullets in the thing? I don't know about implementing anti-cheat. I try not to think too hard about that. Oh, I press R to reload. Yeah. Oh, he doesn't care about this. Let's see if he cares about my laser rifle. Okay, he did. I love Rust, but I run Linux, so you can't play it anymore. Oh, I see why you're saying about yeah, punishing anti-cheat. I agree. It's like pretty annoying that they think Linux is just like, oh well, we don't know how to protect, implement it. They're anti-cheat. A lot of systems are flawed in so many ways, but I really don't envy the type of developer whose job it is to develop anti-cheat, because they're in this sort of race. Yeah, the rotate is bugged. Probably from 4.6. Every server has cheaters. Yeah, I've played like all of like maybe 30 minutes of Rust, and the problem I had with Rust is that I just spawned on the seashore, instantly were sniped or shot, spawned again, tried to go get some wood or something, make a fire, food or something, and then I just repeatedly get spawn camped for 45 minutes until I gave up. It seemed like less desirable. I'm sure it's pretty cool, but yeah. Well, that worked really well. There's some lessons to be learned here in terms of how they've set up this scene, and oh, cool. Yeah, they've done a great job here. Hazard zone. Oh, that's why I was taking damage. Yeah, they've got a lot of good systems, and their player script is quite long, but you know, it's got inventory, head bob, stair handling, ladder handling, gamepad properties. Yeah, they've got a very robust. The thing is like to convert this to multiplayer would be really demanding. So my goal would just kind of learn like, okay, so how did they do a pickup? How did they do that crate, you know? So if I look for like box, let's see, cardboard box. It's over here. I don't know why. I thought it was called crate. They've got auto pickups. Crate. Box. Carryable box. That's what it's called here. Excellent. Okay, so now we have a carryable box, and we see that it is built out of a Cogito object, and they have a carryable component. It's not called a pickup. So a pickup puts it in your inventory. They've chosen the word carryable. And the carryable component has a pickup sound, a drop sound, even though it says pickup right here. Is carryable while wielding, offset distance. This is nice. I've done this carry offset distance. Lock rotation while carried. Okay, so that is an option. Then it shouldn't show. Okay. Carrying velocity multiplier. Sets how fast it's being pulled towards the carrying position, lower the flow or DR. Yeah, I've seen that. That's a cool option too. The drop distance. Needs to be. Okay, yeah, drop distance is a nice one. I'm learning a lot here because my stuff does not have a drop. It has a drop distance, but it's hard coded. Signal thrown. Impulse. Excellent. Signal carry state changed is being carried. Very nice. So this thing is not a rigid body. What is this? It is a Cogito object, which is a node 3D. The interesting thing is like, do they have physics on this? Oh, find rigid body. There it is. Is there a rigid body here? So this is what I don't understand because find rigid body. So how does this work without being the physics? Save. So interesting to me. Oh, it is like a rigid. Oh, my God, there it is. What the fuck? How does this extend? Node 3D class name. Okay, tell me how this works, somebody. This does not make sense to my mind. I have a Godot object, but it is a rigid body. But it says extends node 3D. What the fuck? Extends node 3D class name Godot object. Godot object has object name, display name, and then object size and shape. Sure, but this right here indicates that it's a rigid body, and it would have a collision shape. Yeah, obviously. It's because everything is a node 3D. Yeah, they went down to the lowest primitive, but how do they get the rigid body properties? How do they get all of the behaviors like mass distribution, deactivation solver, all this stuff, the continuous the contact monitor, the context max? Like, tell me, how did they get that onto this script without directly declaring that this is a rigid body? Find rigid body, because it's like this carryable box is a Godot object. Does it extend? No, see, it's like node 3D. And this one, when I make a new one here, it doesn't have any of the properties there. How did they work this? Because if I were to create a new 3D scene, change type, Godot object, it's not, it's just a node 3D. See, mine isn't magic like theirs. Oh, here we go. Okay. Carryable settings, that tracks. But this doesn't like transform the thing above it. So how's this carryable box a rigid body as well as... This breaks my brain a little. I don't know how they did this. It feels like it should be obvious, but this is where I don't understand. Because I've tried to do this where I expand a generic like Node 3D, but I get all of the rigid body stuff. Is it like in the tool itself? If current is a rigid body, it's not. It's a... Oh, what about this? Okay. New rigid body. Okay, following me? Collision. I'm going to call this rock. Now, this is what you do is you attach a script, and the script that you have to get is uh, the actual component. That's what you do. Interactions. Let's get a list here. Pickup component, but we want carryable component. Boom. Okay. Not fuck. We want a Godot object. That's what we want. There it is. Okay, it's a Godot object, and it has the rigid body. That's what you do. Okay, I learned a lot right there. May not like make the most sense, but makes sense to me in that, yeah. That's pretty cool. Because what I've always tried to do is like extends rigid body, but sometimes I want this to be extends static body, and you can't extend twice, you know? So I can't go like, oh, I want it to be a physics body, which is a higher level node, but also have some of the rigid body things. Okay, that's really tricky. Yeah, this project is absolute chaos. Very cool. Definitely check out Cogito. Can learn a lot from that. Maybe we should play some games. You know, playing games is the way you learn about games too, right? Yeah, I'm not sharp enough to do this today. Some days you're harder than others, so I think I'm gonna just reconsider, do some stuff offline. There's plenty of tools. Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of like a component and interaction system that's kind of a lighter version of the what we just saw. And it's a pretty big lift because, we've got this interactable signal. I need to go and like bring it up next to my project and kind of like say, oh, okay, so this part makes sense to me, and what's going to be good for beginners. And it's a pretty tall order, so probably just not ready to do this today. So I can't even. So I will be back another day. Gonna work on the video for part 2. If you need the pull request for part 2, it is in the GitHub. Um, just find it and clone that. And yeah, y'all have a good afternoon.